what good things don't come out if you don't put in hard work, right? Everything that's good requires hard work. Nothing's given free, nothing's easy. So, that's kind of what my mentality is. Like, I don't let anybody or anything kind of like derail me from that, because I know that hard work it always pays out. As long as you keep grinding, what you're doing, and you continue to thrive and fix the mistakes that you need to fix, I think you'll be all right.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Small Guy on Main Street podcast YouTube channel. Now, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share if you happen to get any value off of this. It will be greatly appreciated, and it'll help out the channel for sure. Now, please don't forget you can follow me on any social media, Small Guy _on_ Main Street. But don't forget also to follow our guests. Right? I can't do it. This show might not go on without them, right? So please support them. Well, then let's jump right into the interview. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Small Guy on Main Street. Today I am here with Sandor Contreras, Las Ploras Salvadorian Kitchen.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
The summer, California summer, the heat, it's pretty strong. How are you taking it?
Well, I live in Colton. I live in the desert, so it's humid, it's horrible. It's just, it's up and down. Yesterday it rained, so it's bad.
You know what? That is true.
Yeah.
They did tell me that it was raining over there.
It was like drizzling. Like, I don't know. I feel like we get the monsoons from Arizona. I don't know what's going on with the weather. It's horrible, but it is what it is. We live in California, right?
It was. We're here in LA. It was pretty humid. And thought it was bad here. You probably had it worse for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It's been like super hot where we don't want to come out. A lot of people don't want to go out anywhere, and it's understandable. It's too hot. It's way too hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good. Okay, cool. So, tell us, what is Las Ploras Salvadorian Kitchen?
So Las Ploras Salvadorian Kitchen is it's a pupusa. Just didn't start as a venture, so it just basically is us. This is a family. We started this selling pupusas at breweries 2 years ago, and it was crazy. So that's what it is to us. It's just basically us selling pupusas at breweries anywhere we can get our hands on, at the moment. So that's what we do, is we make pupusas. Yeah.
Okay. Now that's what you mostly specialize in, but you have tried other things, right?
Yeah, we've tried different things. We try to incorporate our different things to our setup. It's a little difficult, because we started little. We started very little, and everything that we've gotten to have now, it's been blessed, because we've been just we work at it. We don't try to exceed ourselves. We don't try to overdo our things. So we would love to incorporate more food for everybody that buys our food and eats our food. We would love it, but sometimes it makes it a little harder because of the way our setup is, and
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. There's a lot more, man. There's a lot more. My parents are cooks, so they like to cook. So I hope that everybody one day can try all our food out.
Yeah. So, real quick, do you get down on the grill?
That's a good question, man. I've been asked this question for 2 years already, and trust me, you're not the first one. Everybody's on there. They're expecting me to get on there. It's just, man, that's the $1 million question. And no, I don't get on the grill. Not yet. I don't know why. Maybe I make excuses. I don't know, but I do help in the kitchen. I do prep. I do have prep. I know how to make a lot of the ingredients, all the stuff that goes into the pupusa. Yes, I know how to do that. But the masterpiece, I haven't mastered it yet, brother. But I owe you that one. Yes.
¿No tienes las manos mágicas para?
No, todavía no. Mira, todavía no. Pero pues yo creo que eso es lo que nos falta ahorita para to do what we gotta do, brother. I think I need to get in that grill, and that's just what's the calling. That's the answer, to be honest with you.
No, that's fine. Like, if you're not needed there, then why be there? You have pros, people who are good at that. That's their thing, right? So let them do it, because.
But you know what? It's crazy because sometimes you might think that they are, but they're not. So it's like, as a boss, as a business owner, like, you have to know all your traits of the business, and that's one trait that I'm missing from my business is learning the actual, the actual magazine masterpiece. So I know I really need to know it, my whole craft. So it's like so I guess I do have to do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
time.
Yeah, in time, in time.
Okay, so give us a rundown real quick of your menu. Like, what is your typical menu consist of?
So look, our menu. When we first started doing this, we kept it basic. We kept it a very traditional, very Salvadorian. So it was like the revueltas with chicharrón con queso, queso y queso y frijol. So that's the traditional Salvadorian. Chicharrón, puerco, queso, queso y frijol, and todo eso. So that was our original. But throughout the years, it just started expanding, and it started expanding not because me inventé las cosas, it came into my head. One of them did, which was the my menu, which is birria. Like, I thought that everybody was putting birria on everything, so it became very popular with everybody, like literally with everybody. So I said, why not put a birria in it? My mom fought me. Of course, she fought me. She's Hispanic. What are you talking about? But so far, the birria and the our spinach options and our zucchini options, that's our menu. So I have birria, I have zucchini and spinach and shrimp options. I also cater to the vegan people and to the keto people, to keto community. So I get a lot of those people as well. And that menu they're the ones that put it on the menu. I didn't do anything. They came up to me and they said, hey, do you have a vegan pupusa? Now, what is that? They said, you could just do it just the way you do it. You just put vegan cheese. Okay, bingo. So all I did was buy vegan cheese and I feed the vegan cheese. But we had our twist, like a spinach. I threw the spinach vegan cheese so I could get a little more flavor than just plain boring food for the vegan people. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So as well as the keto, somebody told me I want keto, and I'm like, what is that? And they told me they was just grilling the cheese, and we started experimenting with different types of ketos on the grill, and now some people actually get keto with spinach and shrimp, and it tastes really good supposedly. Yeah. I'm not a keto fan, but yeah. So our menu runs big now. Throughout the years, it just expanded. It expanded from this basic Salvador menu to where we're at now. Yeah.
Okay, great. So one valuable component, right, that you just said was you listen to your customers.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. You have to get feedback from them, right? Because they're the ones obviously interested in you, and the more you could provide, the more you could give them what they want, then the better you serve them.
I guess, there's a Yelp app, but I guess I'm my own Yelp, if you want to say that, because I tend to ask everybody how the food was all the time, because I want to get their feedback. I want to know, if something has changed, because me being a customer of other restaurants, I like going there because I like their service, their customer service, their food as well. So I tend to, be a repetitive customer, but if I don't like the food or service, then I don't want to go back. And I like to ask, and I like to, get involved with my customers for the same reason. Like, I don't, just because we saw at a brewery, I don't want to see them one day and never see them again. I'm very thankful that we see all our customers. Like, hopefully they're watching this, they're gonna be watching this, they know who they are. They're gonna, they're like, yeah, we do. Like, I have a lot of DMs, I have a lot of on my menus, like, oh my gosh, so delicious. Like, it goes on and on and on my business DMs, and it's pretty amazing. It's satisfying. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to cater to people that, that love our food. Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
No, that's great. Like I said, service.
Yes.
Besides food, right? I mean, that's one of the hard things I think about restaurants is that food has to be just right. Now, I'm gonna say just right because everybody has their opinion on food, right? So
correct. Everybody's a foodie nowadays. Everybody has their own foodie channel going on nowadays.
Well, see, but everybody's taste to something is different, right? Because this person said this, and their partner may not agree, But everybody has their opinion, rightfully so. Pero you also service them. You're in hospitality.
Correct, 100%.
Right.
Yes.
So
I think we all are in our family business right now, because everybody knows my mom, my aunt. If I'm stepped away from my little booth, whatever, my mom or my aunt stepped in and they say gracias. They'll say hi, gracias por todo. Everything is so delicious, and they thank my mom, my aunt as they leave or whatever. So and they enjoy that. That was one of my main goals, was to have my family feel that. Because they were very shy to be able to sell food out to the
Really?
public like that. Yeah, my mom didn't want her to do it. She never wanted her to do that. She's embarrassed to sell for people. You know, she'd rather work for corporate America than do her own thing. Yeah, so I wanted to incorporate that so my mom can feel good. And eventually she started saying, "Hey, viste lo que me dijo? Hey, you saw what she saw? Hey, you said what she said? Oh, you see." So she talks a lot about it. You know,
Yeah.
so it was good for her. You know, it's been good for her. Yeah, and you know, I think that's one of the reasons why we don't have a mobile trailer, like a mobile food truck.
Yeah.
Is because we always like to hang with our people.
That's true.
Like I don't want to be hiding in the back of a trailer. Nobody sees it. Nobody talks to them, and it just becomes like a just here are your pupusas, and that's
Here
it.
you
You
go.
know what I
Thank
mean?
you,
Like
bye.
yeah. So I wanted to design a trailer that was specific, where it's open, so people could see us cooking and stuff like that. You know, that was my idea, but you know, things happen. You know what I mean? So, but you know, we'll see where we're going right now with that. You know what I mean? But the point is, like, I love that interaction with my peoples and my family and all of us. You know what I mean? They know who they are now, and so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, 100% agree. Right, you make it welcoming, right, and they see everything that the customer in a sense, right, because you guys are at eye level. See the whole process
Correct.
from getting the masa, to packing it, to,
Yeah.
getting it ready, throwing it on the grill.
Oh,
you see
man,
everything, right?
You'd be surprised how many people just go around them and try to get their phones out and videotape them because they like the whole process of making and rounding it up and doing the whole thing. You know what I mean? What goes inside of it, especially people that don't know what it is. They get all, oh my God, look. It's pretty cool. That's really dope.
So, okay. Now I had the pleasure, right, of trying the birria pupusa, right? It was very unique. It was delicious. The consommé was on point, right? I think your mom makes it.
My mom makes it. Yes.
Right, your mom
Yes,
makes
my
it.
mom
So
makes it, yes. She learned to make
yeah,
it.
yeah. She gets down. Right?
Yeah. She tries. I mean, I'm just kidding. No, she does. She mastered that thing, man. Even our families making the birria now. Even when we're eating there, like they'll get a birria on the side, and they like the juice and they like everything. So it's it became part of our thing here. It's one of our best sellers, to be honest with you. It's crazy. It is one of our best sellers. And if it wasn't for that pupusa, trust me, I don't know what we would be doing right now, to be honest with you. But it became one of our biggest things. Yeah.
But that's good, like innovation, right?
Yeah.
You change it up, right? You just got one of the most popular Mexican things and one of the more popular Salvadoran things.
Correct.
You marry them and voila, right? It's beautiful.
But you know what's crazy is I don't promote it a lot or say it a lot when it comes to like Mexican. You know what I mean? That's why I tell a lot of people when we do give you the birria, like, oh, that birria pupusa, and then but I do tell them, hey, it doesn't come with cebolla, cilantro, etc. All the works of actual taco with birria. You know what I mean? It's just more like we as Salvadorians, we also make different kinds of meats, so it kind of looks like the birria sometimes. So that's why I was like, I'm not gonna change the difference, the thing. So I give them a little bit of both worlds, which is I give them the curtido, the consommé, and the salsa. So it's not a taco, it's still a pupusa at the end of the day. It's just meat in there. So it's my own little twist. You know what I mean? I don't like to.
But rightfully so.
Yeah, I don't like to take credit for anything like that because I know I see a lot of Instagram. I do a lot of like research on Instagram, and I see pupusas that are the birria out there. You know what I mean? And I see how they do it. Everybody has their own thing.
Yes.
Everybody has their own unique way of doing their own thing, and I just have my own way of doing it and the way I think. So I just feel like that's
no, like that's fine. And however you do it, it's your touch, right? That's why it's gonna be yours. Like you say, if another pupusa wants to put onion and cilantro and something else, then that's them, right?
Yeah, correct.
And people dig it, then let it be so. But you're just, you're doing it however you feel it.
Yeah.
So that's like you said.
It's our twist. It's our thing.
Yeah, your twist, and that's fine, right? It's all good. It was delicious.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it. I would say you're doing it right. So
Thank you, bro.
that's good.
Thank you.
Okay, so right now you are coming to your third year, right?
Yeah, I'm coming in with 30 years already.
Okay,
Yeah.
but take us back. Take us back to the beginning. How did this get started?
Oh man. Ooh, a touchy subject, huh? Very touchy subject. Yeah, no, I mean it is and it's not. You know what I mean? For those people that know me, they know where I came from. They know the story behind it. I'll sit here the whole day, and it's probably when I say I'll sit the whole day until it started. But it started from a struggle, to be honest with you. I got myself into a little bit of trouble, very little, big
Some
trouble.
would say little.
Some would say little, but it was a big trouble. I'm very blessed, to be honest with you. I believe that there's a God. I don't want to talk about God here, but there is a God, and I've been very, very blessed um, that things went the way they went. After I thought I was not supposed to see the light again, the light of day again. So it was COVID. It was basically December, the last week of December. To be honest with you, it was the last week of December, and
Is this 2019?
this is 2020.
So 2020 was
2019,
pandemic.
correct. 2020, going to 2019, going to 2020. Correct. Yes, you're right. So it was a lot of stressful moments at that time. But so COVID happened, December happened, and then one day, like, I was a truck driver. So when I lost my truck driving license, I had a DUI at that moment. So I lost my DUI, my license due to DUI, correct. And well, I didn't give up. I didn't give up. I just said, what do we do? So my mom came up with the idea. Said, hey, sell pupusas on Facebook, Facebook Market. And I said, sure. I'm like, all right, yeah, why not? So I did, man. I started selling pupusas there. And since like we were in COVID, Christmas time, people were still locked in their homes. They couldn't go out really to eat. Everything was to pick up or to go or however it was, And I got very blessed till I started selling them on Facebook Market, and a lot of people started buying to go. So I had a lot of pickups. Like sometimes we would make good money. Mom was like, holy shit. Like, there's a lot of sales, we're doing. And then, but we started low, pricing low and everything. We were from home, it's barely starting.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then somebody in the brewery game came and bought pupusas for us like 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row. And I guess finally after the third day, he called me and he said, hey, dude, like, this is the first time I ever had delicious pupusas. Like, this is crazy. I've tried most of them around the area and nothing compares to yours. And this is when we first started from home. So would you like to pop up at our brewery? What are you talking about? I had no idea what that meant.
How do I do that?
Like, exactly. What do I do that? He goes, we have people that come and serve their food, and they pop up here and customers come and buy them for them.
Yeah.
No charge. Okay, sweet. And then so here goes my dad, and he helped me, loaned me some money at the moment, and we got our own little cheap 10x10 tent, and started buying little things little by little. And so I started working at this brewery for a couple times, and kind of slow. I wasn't like too busy, so I kind of felt like, hey, what am I doing? I'm spending a lot of money on renting U-Hauls, because I was renting U-Hauls at that time, really. So I had a lot of side expenses on top of that, a lot of things. So it was very hard. And then so I just smartened up, I guess, and I started saying, hey, if there's a brewery here, then I'm sure there's a brewery everywhere. So I started Googling breweries around the area, and I came up with across like Redlands, a lot of breweries in Redlands. So now I work with a lot of breweries in Redlands. So I just went from brewery to brewery, knocking on doors, and thank God, like, we just started getting work. We started getting discovered. We started getting good feedbacks, and I, as a business owner, I just took on from that, and I just went on with it. But yeah, that's how it started. It started from Facebook Market on COVID, through COVID. So the pandemic didn't hurt us. It actually helped us. Yeah, so that's, for some people, unfortunately, hurt their business and hurt them, from what I've heard, even food business. Yeah. But for us, it helped us. So I don't know. I was, like I said, I was very blessed. Very, very blessed that God, has blessed us with a lot, especially until now. 2 years, like you said, going on 3 now. So very blessed. Yeah.
Now, like you said, for some, 2020 was more difficult, and for others, it was a challenging time, but it was also a very blessing time.
Yeah.
Because either you, quite frankly, sorry to say, you did bad that year, or you did great. It just depends what side you were on, right? And sometimes it may be faith, sometimes it's other things that we can't control.
Correct.
But you were one of the many who started their business that year, because there's a lot of businesses that started that year because of the necessity, because they lost their job, because of the lockdown, whatever reason was. Many businesses have started that year and are still going.
They're still going, yeah.
Right, and I'm still going.
Yeah.
So that's very good. You guys took that opportunity. But let me ask you this. Did you at any one point find it embarrassing? Find it maybe you're too prideful to sell pupusas?
Look, to be honest with you, no, I've never been prideful to sell anything, brother. I can sell you a pen if they ask me that. Maybe that's why I got in trouble. Don't want to touch the subject, like I said again, but I got in some big trouble, and so I've never had an issue selling anything. Especially, I've never been embarrassed. I think even as a salesperson, for selling cable, you have to be your best salesperson as even selling cable, because that way you get more customers, right? So no, I've never been embarrassed to sell anything, not even pupusas. I like it. A good question. That's actually a good question, because my mom has brought that up, as far as in like, no, esa muchacha no quiero hablar contigo porque, you probably, she's selling pupusas, you're not embarrassed. And I'm like, why would I? Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, of course not. I'm not embarrassed to sell pupusas. No, our food is, it's something to be talked about, you know what I mean? It's an art, to be honest, for me at least. It's an art, like, because a lot of people don't know how to make them. So, no, not at all. I think we're good. My mom was embarrassed for a little bit, My mom was, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put in the spot and and all this stuff. But she got used to it. Like I said, good feedbacks and stuff like that. Se le quitó el miedo, se le quitó la vergüenza, But yeah, she definitely was embarrassed. When we first started, that we didn't have any other breweries like with the way we have now. There was a place called in Muscoy, in Fontana. I mean, in San Bernardino. And I actually took them one day and I said, hey, come on, let's go check it out. Like, this is what the chance we might need. Like, let's just set up shop here on the street. We went, checked it out, and she's like, no. No, we're fine where we're at. Because we were very private at the breweries that we had. We had a little clientele, but it was building. We had a lot of good people that would go continuously. Yeah, why change it? Like, why'd you come over here? They're not going to pay your prices over here to over there, and it's true. So, but then eventually she got over it. So everybody got over it. Yeah. So, cool deal. Yeah.
No, right. Okay, so, like you said, some people, now, of course, it's all mental, right? If you're able to take it, if you're able to handle the heat, if you're able to take the embarrassment, take the critiques, it's all mental, right?
Yeah, it's all, yeah.
Pero, of course, out of necessity, right? And sometimes out of desperation, right? It wouldn't matter, it wouldn't matter what people think. If they see you in whatever position you were at that point in time, I mean, and for you, as long as you felt you were progressing, you were grinding, as long as you were doing something, then
that's how I felt.
You should be good.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I felt that because, how they say numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
I started learning my books, so I started learning. I downloaded QuickBooks, and I learned the app, and I did on my own books. I do my own QuickBooks and everything, So first year doing taxes, my tax lady was like, "Dude, this is crazy. Like, you generated this, and then you know how to do your numbers, But I've learned the process of a business, especially my own business, what needs to be taken care of, the bills, I do all the shopping for what was needed for like the events that we're gonna have throughout the week. So I do a lot of the shopping, most of the shopping actually. So yeah, I learned a lot of it about the business. That's why I like the business. You know what I mean? It keeps me going every day. It's the same thing. It's an alarm clock. I don't have a clock-in job, but it's just the way it is. I love it. No one tells me when to get up, what to do, and stuff like that. But it's very demanding as well. But no, I enjoy it. Yeah.
No, like I said, if it doesn't bother you,
nah,
then
not at all.
By all means, right?
Yeah,
that's all good.
Yeah,
that's all good.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you, it's a good feeling. As bad as there's times where some customers gotten crazy with us and stuff like that. It is what it is. You can't satisfy everybody. You know what I mean? So those moments don't discourage us from doing our job and doing what we got to do. We just push it aside. I always say, for one bad customer, we have like 10 good ones. So why would I lose sleep on one customer that just gets upset or try to bring us down? It won't happen. You know what I mean? So no, we enjoy it. We enjoy it now. Not so much from some, my mom gets exhausted sometimes, you know what I mean? But it's part of the process, part of the plan, man. Well, what good things don't come out if you don't put in hard work, right? Everything that's good requires hard work. Nothing's given free, nothing's easy. So, that's kind of what my mentality is. Like, I don't let anybody or anything kind of like derail me from that, because I know that hard work it always pays out. You know, as long as you keep grinding on what you're doing and you continue to thrive and fix the mistakes that you need to fix, I think you'll be all right.
No, I agree. I agree. Cool. Let me see. There was a question one of the listeners asked about what you mentioned right now. So at Fat Vegan Cakes, have you had an encounter with a rude customer? How did you survive? Laugh out loud.
Yeah, I have actually. I there's like two of them that I can recall. Honestly, I know exactly where they were at, and as an owner, I you know, to the most part, I try to compose myself. I'm still human. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like respect deserves respect as well. You know what I mean? And I know the customer's always right. You know, I'm a customer myself when I go to some places to eat, so I expect the same quality and the same service that I gotta give. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there was a time where this gentleman, I had run out of forks. I ran out of forks. Forks. Oh. Yeah, out of forks. I had explained to him that I apologized to him that I had run out of forks, right? Yeah. Hispanic guy. So in El Salvador, the traditional way to eat a pupusa is with your hands, just like a taco. You don't use forks. You don't eat pizza. You eat it with your hands, right? Mm-hmm. Some people eat it with a knife. In most cases, you know. And I told him, hey, I'm sorry, I don't have forks. I just ran out of forks. So he went back to his table and he came back, and I don't know if they were kind of already having a good one or whatever, but he came back and said I treated his wife like a dog. Oh. Yeah, and I was pretty intense. You know, I got upset because he got in my face about it, and I said, hey, boss, like, you know, I kept my composure, but I think that was pretty, like, one of those moments that I just had to keep my composure because I have somebody coming up to me like that in front of my family as well. My family was there, and all because there was no forks. So, you know, it's just those little things. I just, you know, excuse me, I just take it as it is, you know.
You gotta keep it cool.
I gotta keep I always, yeah, I do. You know what I mean? I do. So it's part of the game. You know, I'm sure like you working on a line at a kitchen restaurant, it's probably even worse. You know, nonstop. So it's very demanding. So yeah, I keep.
Yeah, I guess
So they exist. Rude customers do exist, and they're there, and you know, I mean, I just try to do my best to try to like appall everybody, make sure everybody's okay, make sure everybody likes their food, make sure everybody's well taken care of as long as we're there, you know, for the hours that we're there. So that's what I try to do the best. Yeah.
Well, that's the only thing you could do your best, but unfortunately that was, I mean, not on purpose because you ran out for whatever reason. I mean, it's not like you deliberately tried to do it to him, right? You were just aiming at him and you're like, you know what, here you go, fucking dog.
And I've had multiple customers get upset because we take forever on the food, but I mean, there's people that are ahead of them sometimes and they order multiples pupusas to go or to like eat there, or they have a big party and then they come and you expect to just take it too. So there's a line, and the pupusas all our food is made to order. So I don't have anything pre-made. I don't have anything just hanging out, and you know, like tacos. Tacos is cool because you cook in big quantities and stuff like that, and it's quick, you know. But pupusas are handmade, so I don't have anything prepped. You know what I mean? So they get impatient, and I try to explain to them, hey, you know, it's made to order. Like, you have to give me some chance. But some people are impatient. And that's another kind of the things, you know, some people are just impatient, and
kind of the industry, right? When, you know, they're accustomed to having things a certain speed or a certain, you know, how fast it's going to come about. That's just kind of what they expect, but they don't really understand the process.
So my pupusas take about like roughly 10-15 minutes to make, like the whole process, right? Yeah. So I've learned ticket times of my own system. So I kind of know exactly what the times are going to take for each pupusa. So I try to give the customers ahead of time, you know, like, hey, give me 20 minutes because you have another ticket ahead of you. So I always try to prepare ahead for the customers so I don't just sell them something and they're just, where's my food at? You know, I kind of give them an advice. Hey, you got time, especially when we're with breweries. I tell them, hey, you guys have time to go hang out, get a beer, chill out, like, you know, get another one. It's what the restaurant does. If you're not noticed, when you go to a restaurant, they'll give you a beer or a drink or whatever, and they'll let you literally drink the first drink before they come and bring your food so you can go to another one. You know what I mean? It's kind of like one of those things. Yeah. So I don't do it on purpose, but I mean, if you're at a brewery, you can. That's what I tell them. Just go hang out. I'll take it over to you. That's why I always tell them too. I take it over to you. Like I try to do the delivery service. Like we've done it for. It kind of just stuck with us because my dad. I didn't like that idea, because I'm not whatever. But he did say like, no, he was just go take. And he would take plates to them, and so it kind of just grew on us. And now it just stays now. We try to remember faces. We try to remember names. We try to remember everything. When we're really busy, we call out names. But for the most part, we kind of know our customers as well, and we go and then so it makes it easy. No. Yeah, and it gives me a chance to interact with them and stuff like that. I got a lot of business by interacting with them when I'm at their tables. To be honest with you, I've gotten catering opportunities through having conversations with them and through mingling with a lot of people. So that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Right now we have on the 11th, we're setting up a shop for a group of girls that came up to me that they wanted my mom to show them how to make pupusas. So they got together and they're hosting the whole thing. We're just gonna go there and basically set up shop and show them how to make pupusas. So all through us, like I said, going to tables and them liking our food and being cool, feeling comfortable with us. So that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like I don't know a lot of food vendors that can say that actually are setting up and hosting shops now to show them how to make their own food, right? So so I guess I take that for that.
That's dope.
Yeah, we got opportunities through what we're doing. So I always try to open ways and things to do different things. I don't like to get stuck in one place. So yeah, especially with my family. Yeah.
No, that's good. So let's take a step back real quick.
Yeah.
Now, is this your first business?
It's actually, I wouldn't say it's my, legitimately like that, yes, like my first. I'm not saying legitimate, I'm just saying because, I don't mean like that, I mean like as in like, I've always worked, I've always worked and I've always tried to do other things on the side as far as like, I used to have a shoe thing going on and I used to like buy shoes and resell them and stuff like that. So I've always had something to do on the side, not just a normal job, you know what I mean? So I don't consider that business or anything like that, but I've always been motivated by business. I've always liked the thought of running and operating a business. Especially since I worked for a lot of people that were their direct owners. So it was very interesting to see what they were doing, their daily life and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So the closest I've been to was with my cousin. He owned a trucking company. And he brought me on board, and we were basically running the business from the ground up together. It was his business, but we were both working at it. So didn't know the ins and outs of a business at that time either, but just gave me passionate. Like I just liked the thing about it. You know what I mean? So yes, this is my first business, and so far, like you mentioned, going on 3 years now, my first one. So yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Like that's why I don't want to let it go. There's been times where it's tough, dealing with family and dealing with situations, but I don't give up. You know what I mean? Good. I don't give up. Nah, no way. Yeah.
Okay. Because so where I was going, because now you mentioned you were truck driving, right?
Yes.
So it was that. How did you come about, right? Like how? Now you briefly said that with the cousin, right? You were involved with the trucking company.
Trucking company, yes.
So it was how did you go from truck driving to owning and operating a business? But you were always into business. You were interested in business in general, right? Yeah. And that takes many I'm gonna say topics, many ideas and
a lot of brainstorming.
Yeah, a lot of brainstorming. But when do you think you realized that you were like, maybe of course because you were flipping shoes or doing this and that, is this basic sales is that you buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high. But when do you think you were like, I want to be into business? Like
so when I got my DUI, I was still working. I still had my license somewhat because I got it in COVID, and I still kept my license. And so I worked the trucking business for another 3 months under the water. Nobody knew about it, so I did the wrong thing, but I was still working. And after that, I just gave up. I just said, I'm done with this. Like, this is tiring for me. It was fun when I was with my cousin because we traveled. I did it for 7 years, but we did it for about 3, 4 with him, and we traveled the states, man. I traveled many states. Like I'm well traveled throughout the states. I not just driven by. We've actually gone off Ubers, stayovers, parties, and hangouts, and bars, and discover restaurant. We've done a lot of things out on the road with my cousin, like fun things. You know what I mean? Fun things, and that was fun. And then once the trucking, the business just it broke. He couldn't maintain it no more. So we had to go back to get normal jobs. So we were still truck driving, but we were working for a company, which at the time it kind of sucked.
Yeah, it's
to
not
be
the
honest,
same.
it wasn't
It's
the
not the
same. We're in the same thing. We knew how our money looked. We were able to work 10 and be off 5, and we would always travel vacation on top of always hanging out. And then when we came back and did that, it just wasn't the same no more.
Yeah,
And
no.
so he got his job, and he works for another company. He still continues to work for him, putting in his years now. And I just got tired of it. I just got tired of it, to be honest with you. I was tired of being in the truck all day long and just driving. You know what I mean? You're constantly eating bad food, and it just gets boring. It just got boring especially because I was doing the same routes all the time, and it just got boring.
Yeah.
Very demanding, low pay for me at least. You know what I mean? And so I always said no. I don't want to. I've already topped off. I felt like I topped off as a truck driver. I have a lot of friends that are like, they tell me, "Oh, it pays good. It pays good. It pays good." For who? For you? For you, maybe. I say, but I want more. I want more out of life. I don't want to just be stuck in the circle of just paying rent and working and paying rent and working and paying rent. I don't want to do that. For me, that's just not what I want to do for me. You know what I mean? I've experienced the good things out of life, and I love them. And so now I'm like, you know what? I like that. I like that side of life, and so I want to do whatever it takes to. So like when I lost my license, and I told you I lost it, and I just gave up on the trucking business. I gave up on it, and when I got my DUI, I quit. My life went downhill from that, to be honest with you. It went downhill not just for the DUI. Like I said, I got in some big trouble.
Right.
And then after God blessed us with the opportunity, my mom was the one that said, hey, sell them on the Facebook market.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, that's exactly how it was. We sold our pupusas to Facebook market. And from that day on, I learned the business. I didn't know. I have no experience in business like that. I didn't know. As I went, I learned. So I learned what a DBA is. I learned what a LLC is. I know the difference between all the shenanigans. Like I've learned myself. You know how to do my own books, how to get my own gigs, emails, learn how to write emails. Because you can't just, when you're dealing with corporate people, you don't talk like you're talking on texting. You know what I mean? You have to be very professional. You have to. I learned how to do catering events. I've learned how to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Through the business, my taxes, what was required. Like, so a lot of stuff goes required into business. Like, it's not just, you can literally set up shop anywhere, but what are you really doing? You're passioning everybody out at the end of the day, and it's like that's not how a business succeeds, thrives. I still gotta purchase things. It's a revolving business. It's a revolving thing. So I've learned that as I go. To be honest with you, I've learned it as I go. I just put a lot of focus and effort in what I'm doing, because that's just I guess I also have a business plan that I gotta update a lot. You know what I mean? I'm very blessed that I have a business plan. That some people don't know what that is, because it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot. So right now, maybe it'll grow right now because of all what's going on and stuff like that. So I'm just learning as I go, brother. I'm just learning as I go.
That's fine. That's all good. And of course, everything changes. You have to change with it, right?
Yeah.
Or you get left behind. That's how it
Exactly.
is. But let me ask you this: 10 years ago, if you can, maybe 15. Did you say, "I'm gonna have a business"?
No, I never said that. Actually, I was just hanging out.
Okay, so I mean, you had at that point in time, right? Let's say if we just put it out there 10 years ago, right? Go on that timeline. You had a job.
I believe I was living in Texas. I had a little warehouse job.
Okay.
And I just enjoy the fact that I live at home no more.
No, okay.
You know what I mean?
It's freedom, right?
Yeah, it was freedom. I was
You-
independent. I became independent. So I guess I like being independent. So I guess you could say that's where it kind of starts as well. You know, when you can handle your own thing and learn how to make your own moves and find your own ways and stuff like that. You're not depending on somebody to get you a job. You're not depending on somebody to pay your bills and stuff like that. You're kind of growing up, and learning life. Pay car payment, gas, rent, et cetera, et cetera. So I guess you can say that since I was young, I like to be independent. So Yeah.
Right. That's a good thing, right? That is a good thing, though. Of course, it is not as pretty because it's
No.
difficult because it's on you, right? Everything's on 100% on you.
Yeah.
You have to still grind. You have to hustle. You got to put yourself out there, and you got to sell yourself for the employer or for whatever you're trying to get. But at that point in time, you were enjoying life as it was.
Yeah, I was in my 20s, so yeah, I was enjoying life as it was, as it came. You know, I didn't put too much emphasis on what would I do in 10 years. My mom was the one, and my parents like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Well,
You know, but I didn't. I thought the como dicen, la luna hecha de queso. You know what I mean? I thought that life was just easy, hanging out, and
which it can be.
it can be for some. You know,
If you depending the way you're trying to take it.
Correct.
By all means. Right?
correct.
By all
Correct.
means.
I guess I was living the fast life. I guess if you want to say that. So that's why I guess, you know, like you said, it just changes everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've always been a huge networker. I've always liked to network a lot. So that's why I feel like that's why my life was like that, and that's what we're talking about, that differences. You know, differences. Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't a thought back then,
No.
right? It wasn't a thought. You didn't say, I'm gonna own a business because whatever XYZ.
Funny story is that when we lived I lived in East LA as well. We lived next door to these people that had these big trees, and there were green mangoes. So Salvadorians are known for those kind of mangoes. They're very like soury, but they're green, and they put limon, chile, and sal, and they're very good.
Oh, yeah?
They're very, very good. I mean, those Salvadorians, I'm sure people are gonna watch this. They're gonna know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So my dad would take them off the tree. And one day I just told him, hey, I told go tell the neighbors if you can take some. I said, okay. So I told the neighbors, and they said, yeah, take them all. We don't know what they are. Cool. So back in the day, when we lived over here, my dad used to play soccer. Like, you know, we would go to the soccer fields. And so we started taking the mangoes, three per bag, and we started selling them at the soccer game. We started making money, you know. Back in the day, it was like whatever, but it's money. You like. And then, so my mom started taking pupusas to the park. This is like, I would say like 20-some years ago, probably, you know.
Yeah.
And she was making money, but she didn't like it. She was embarrassed. She said no. So since then, she never wanted to do that. My mom has never been a business savvy person. Never. She's never been. She's not now. You know, that's why it's on me. Yeah. So I always saw. So maybe I guess you're right. Maybe I guess you're right. Maybe I did always have that. You know, maybe you're the one who brought it out right now. Maybe I always had that business savvy intuition. You know, since I was little, I've always liked that life. Right?
Well, okay. I mean, depending on your upcomings, right? Depending on your teens, how your whole situation was, right? Sometimes I don't think we register what we go through, what we experience. Sometimes we're just having too much fun.
Correct.
But there's things that how we interact with others, right? And like you said, if you saw your mom was out there, she was hustling, but maybe just the thought of somewhat embarrassment overpower what potential she could have made, right, on that. So, or the work was just too much for her, or
I
whatever.
don't think so. I think it was more like she didn't know how to speak English really well. You know what I mean? It kind of like, and at that time there was no social media, so how was you really gonna promote your business? You know, I think back in the day, that's why a lot of people went from selling something or just had to have money to be able to open up shop somewhere, and we called it a restaurant. I didn't see a lot of street food vendors back in the day. It was very rare,
right?
You know, very rare. Maybe you see a hot dogs or whatever, you know, but you never saw like you see now. Food vendors everywhere.
They're
you know,
everywhere.
Foodie fest and fest here, festivities there. You know, you don't. Now it's just all over the place. Yeah. So you know, that's a new thing now, I guess. So, but no, back in the day, I think that's what it was. She didn't know how direction to go. There was no direction. You know what I mean? So she was like, well, what am I gonna do if I do this and I do that? So, I think it was more like she was scared of the process of opening a business, of how to run it, or how to do it, and well, no, I don't want to do that. I'm too scared. What if it happens? Like that's what it was.
It could be.
100%. Yeah, it could be.
But okay, think about it this way, right? We love our parents, right? They teach us a lot, but that generation is also scared. They're scared of a lot of things, right? And some things they don't understand, they're gonna just rather retract and say, no, I'm not gonna do it, instead of trying to learn. But then yet again, right, you and I, right, millennials, we have the blessing that as we started into our adulthood, we have these computers.
Yeah.
And they never had it, right? So if you wanted any information, if you wanted any more knowledge than what you could have, either you knew somebody or you didn't know.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have people that were in the business, in the restaurant, how were you ever gonna get that knowledge,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Like compared to what we have now, where you can find everything on YouTube, on Google.
You guys can Google me, put Las Pupusas, Inland Empire of Pupusas, and I'm right there. Like, come up. So, my mom didn't have that. Where's she gonna be at?
Yeah, rightfully so. But still, like, I think for majority, they were, and just their generation was more of precautious.
Yeah.
Too much, right? And now, our generation, I think they're out there doing it, but I think even the younger generation is even more aggressive on that. It just how things change, right?
Yeah.
How things change, but I think like how you said, we didn't know, but low key you were already hustling. Low key you were already a business person. You saw people in your family already trying to do it, right? And you didn't realize it, but it was in the back of your mind, right? It was
I guess what was always in the back of my mind is I've always watched TV. I've always been a huge hip hop fan since the beginning. I've always loved hip hop, to be honest with you. I love all music, but with the hip hop, all they show is rich stuff and like these cars and these vacations, MTV cribs and stuff like that. And so it's like, I've always liked expensive stuff as far as like shoes and stuff like that. I spend a lot of money on clothes, shoes, and stuff like that. So that's expensive habit. I like to travel. I like to go to Vegas. So even going to Vegas is expensive.
Yeah.
So that's a way of living a good life. You know what I mean? So I always said, hey, I have to work extra hard if I want to go to Vegas because it's expensive. Yeah. So I gave myself those luxuries, and I enjoyed living those luxuries. But I said, hey, I have a quote that I said, I don't want to be on a broke man's vacation. For me, a broke man vacation is you go on a vacation, you post it on social media, you're out there doing the thing. But when you come back home, you have to work for 3 months straight because you broke all the money. That's a broke man vacation. Like, that means you're not enjoying your vacation. That means you're just being there. You know what I mean? I don't want to go on a vacation like that. I've always wanted to go on vacation, come back, and I know my bills are paid, and I'm good. Yeah. Like, I had fun, and we continue to work and have fun. So that's my mentality. You know what I mean? So yeah, I guess in the back of my head, I've always been like that. That's always been engraved in my head. Like, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more. In a good way. Yeah. In a good way. But why can't I? Why can't we have more? You know what I mean? Like, why not? But yeah, that's just me.
No, that's good. That's good. Like, it's just right that how it might have been influenced, and you're not knowing, right? But that's good.
Yeah, I tell a lot of people that. I mean, I have people that will DM me. They'll ask me questions and how do I start my business and how do I like kind of what we're doing now. But a lot of people just give me good feedbacks, not just through my food. Like, we're like, dude, we love your hustle. We love what you're doing. The day you met me, I closed the shop early because I sold out, and then I took off to my other shop and had some customers over there, and they were like, dude, we just saw you were in LA, and we love your hustle, man. This is crazy, and it's a good thing because I try to show that as well. I'm doing this because I want people to see this. This is work. This is what we do. I get a lot of people that ask me, do you work? Do you do something else? And I know this is my job. It's very demanding.
Yeah,
it's very demanding.
For sure. I agree on that.
So yeah, that's what we do. I love the hustle, man. That's my thing. Yeah.
Okay, so like I mentioned, right? This is your third year.
Yeah.
Has it gotten easier? The whole process?
No, it has gotten easier. Because we have to deal with a lot of, I guess the weather. I guess people now are this recession that it's not really recession, but somehow we're going through it or whatever. You sense it. I mean, you can sit there and brag that some people have more customers than others or whatever like that. But in all honesty, a lot of people are broke right now. That's what I feel.
So they're being more conservative with their money.
Exactly, that's how I feel. Everywhere I go to restaurants, I go everywhere, and you see the decline on customers that normally would be there, and they're not there no more. So I feel like just this, so it gets a little harder. You have to figure out ways, figure out, things to do so you can continue to build, continue to keep your numbers up, because at the end of the day, we're here also to make money, not just, not just to look pretty and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, and the more you get involved, the more more bills comes out. So it's getting a little harder, but what isn't hard, right? I mean, life's hard.
Oh, yeah.
Life's
yeah.
hard. So
Yeah.
business is not something that's gonna scare me off. But yeah, it's just getting a little harder. Yes, yeah, for sure, 100%.
Okay, good. So obviously, the first year is probably the hardest. You're really starting from zero. You're getting to know everything, the process, like you say, the numbers, the whole business setup, and everything, right? So usually the first year is probably the hardest. I'm not gonna say the second year will be easiest, depending, right? But as time goes by, right, we usually tend to, get better at things, right? Okay, you know, at the first year I messed up on this, so I gotta get better at it, right? Because if I don't get better at it, it's gonna cost me more, or it's gonna hurt me more on this way or that way. So that's why I asked, right? As time goes by, we tend to get or perfect our craft or processes, but like I say, still with changing times does not mean it's always gonna be the same. And yes, I agree with you that some people at the beginning of this year, I mean, a lot of people, investors, economists, were saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna hit a recession." So that puts the people at that mindset, like, okay, if we're gonna hit a recession, let's hold back, let's conserve our money, right? And in case it does happen, if it doesn't happen, then oh well, right? We didn't overspend. But some people are taking the safe side to that.
Yeah.
So all those things come into play, and of course, we don't even.
Everything's expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, groceries are expensive. Stuff that we have to buy for everything's expensive. I do get some customers that get upset, because my prices are a little up there and stuff like that. But I always tell them, man, like look, good quality food is not cheap. I feel like our quality of food is not cheap. Gladly, like you said, 3 years, and I feel like we've been very, very consistent. If anything, we've gotten better at what we do. So I feel like I don't mind charging my prices. You know what I mean? I try to cut them down sometimes here or there, but everything's expensive, man. Everything's expensive. All the meats are super high. Everything's expensive. So I feel like I feel like if I cut my prices down to where they're supposed to be for what they charge pupusas, like I'll be broke, to be honest with you. And I'm not just saying that to make money or anything like that, but everything has a balance. Like if I have to go out there and buy X amount of pounds of meat, X amount of pounds of cheese throughout the week, or cabbage or tomatoes or whatever the thing it is that I need in my menu, I can't be underselling myself, because then I won't be able to afford to give to people to sell. I won't afford gas, I won't afford nothing. So it's a circle of things, that some people really need to understand, that just because you see a menu that has a $10 or whatever on it, or $11, like maybe that's their pricing. Maybe they're pricing it like that because they know their pricing, they know what they charge, or what it costs them to buy their products, and they have to balance their cheats, they have to balance their numbers. So I mean, people shouldn't get scared for food. Food is needed.
Yeah.
I think food is needed, and you know what I mean. And some people rather use their money for other things. But yes, some foods are not good. You know what I mean. I'll be honest with you, but the food is needed. Food is needed. So yeah, I think that's the hard part right now, which is everything's expensive. Yeah.
So recently, right, or if not so recent, whichever one you can recall, but what challenges have you faced, and how did you manage to overcome them?
I mean, 2 years has been fast, like super fast. So I can say I've faced challenges like every freaking day, to be honest with you, like every day, man. Whether it's personal, whether it's family, whether it's business, like I face challenges every day, and I take them as they come, man. I take them as they come, and I've learned to just chill out, Yes, sometimes I get overwhelmed with things, and my life, my family knows when I'm mad. Like sometimes, like, but they see that. Nobody else sees that. You know what I mean? But yeah, for the most part, I've learned to just manage everything. Just every challenge is just to deal with them as they come. As they come. Not everything requires the same action as for every challenge. You're gonna expect challenges this way, that way, that way. I'm not gonna call the government and get pissed off at them because they charge me whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like different stresses, different challenges, bro. Life, people, just in general. So I just take them as they come. Just take them as they come, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm here, right?
What can you?
What can I do?
Yeah, well, yeah. And some
like, what
in
can
some
I do?
cases,
I'm already here, so I was like, well, what can I do? What else can I do? I can't run away or go that way, or I can't. It's just what it is.
Yeah, in some cases, yeah. What can you do? I mean, some things are straight out of your control, and you just gotta let it be and go with it, right?
I can sit here and tell you all the challenges I have to face with my people that work for me, my family, like their issues. I sometimes think, but like I said, it's part of the challenge. It's part of the business. It's part of going.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like my mother gets upset sometimes. We'll go back and forth about things, and to the point where she wants to quit sometimes, but we don't quit.
Yeah.
We're still here. So it's like it's challenging for all of us. I guess it's just challenging for all of us. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Tell me, what is the beauty of having your own business?
The beauty of having my own business.
Yeah. What is the the pros? What is the
Very
good
cliche,
stuff?
very cliche, I guess. But you're your own boss, right? Everybody says that. You know what I mean? Everybody says they're their own boss and stuff like that. When COVID, like I said, when COVID started, I feel like a lot of people became their own bosses. Everybody became an entrepreneur. Yeah. Everybody just did their own business and stuff, which is cool, which is fine. I had friends that did it all the time, and the first thing I said was, "What's gonna make you better?" Like if you do that and you do that and they do that and they do that, what's gonna make you better? This is the number one thing. How are you gonna build your social media? Who are you trying to attract in your social media? So, for me, the question is, what was the question again?
The beauty of having your own business.
So the beauty of having my own business is, like I said, that was the beauty of it. I can handle my own thing. Like I am my own boss. I put what I want to put on my social media. I move how I want to move. You know what I mean? Like at 2 years going into 3, I guess the decisions that I've made so far have been all right because we still keep going on at 3. You know what I mean? So that's the beauty of me. They keep going. The customers keep coming back. The good feedbacks, the more opportunities that we get, the doors that open. It just keeps going. Sometimes you want to kind of throw the gloves, but when you do, some doors open and it's crazy. Some there's been times where we're just like, man, fuck this shit. To be honest with you, and boom, something happens, man. Something happens, and there goes my mom. Oh, gracias a Dios. Oh my God, like, oh my God. And then she gets in her mentals again to where like, let's go, and start over again, and we do. So that's for me. That's the beauty. The beauty always keep going, just keep thriving. I mean, everybody that goes to work every day goes to work because they have to be good at it. Because if not, they fire you.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with me. Like we have to be good at it because if not, they take me out of these breweries or we lose customers, and it just is. But now I'm working for me, So it's a lot of things.
Yeah,
it's a lot of things for the beauty of me doing this. So
now a lot of gurus, a lot of business gurus, a lot of people who talk about business, right? They tend to say that what you put out there, you get back, right? When you tend to seek something and you go for it with the intention of doing whatever it takes for it, it's gonna appear regardless at one point or another. Do you believe all that most say?
Yes and no. You know what I mean? Like I feel like yes because I don't know if it makes sense, but yeah, because if you put good things out there, you're gonna get reciprocal, coming back, and then. But like I said, for one person, for 10 good ones, you can have that bad one, and that bad one's just gonna.
Well, it's
You know
not
what I
always
mean?
gonna be perfect.
It's not always gonna
We
be
know
perfect.
that
Correct.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like it's not a perfect world, right? We expect it to be, but it's like if you're out there, busting your ass, if you're out there, making phone calls, if you're out there promoting yourself, if you're out
Yeah.
there, then some would say, you know, success should be imminent. Now, we just don't know when, right? Because we don't have full control of that.
Correct.
We wish to say, yeah, if I could have success today or this year, then I want it now. But
Good one. Yeah. You know what? There's times that I'm at home and I think about those things, to be honest with you, because I sense that, like I feel it. It's a feel. To be honest, with you. It's a feel. It's a feel of when you're in your highs and then you're in your lows. You know what I mean? Your highs and lows. So yeah, I feel it when it's going good. Like I feel that, and then and and even the lows. Like I take the lows and I'm just I'm just calm about it. I the waves as they come. You can't get overwhelmed with things because the moment you do get overwhelmed with things, like at the end of the day, it's just, this is you, this is me. Like for me, right? Like I can't get too overwhelmed with things, like I said, because if I do get overwhelmed, who knows? I'm gonna go fuck shit up and then not do the right things, and then I'm gonna get not gonna work out. So I have to process everything. Everything just comes slow. So throughout the 2 years, we've marinated everything. We went from renting U-Hauls to for a long time. And my grandma one day, like, this is how much so my grandma's my bookie. She handles all my books. She has all my books. She pays my bills.
OG grandma.
Yeah, she pays my bills. She has my ledger. I feel like she's El Chapo or Pablo, She gets a ledger and she's out there writing my stuff. So, yeah, so she pays she pays what needs to be paid, and she hands me the receipts. And so she gets an accountant as well as I do. Especially I do it on a different level than she does. Yeah. She still does it the old school way, which is cool. I don't mind. You know what I mean?
Whatever works.
We take it as it goes. So I baby it. I baby it. I've been babying it. I was telling you, I was a U-Haul, renting U-Haul. So she would tell me, hey, this is how much you spend on U-Hauls. Oh shit. On top of you paying employees, on top of you paying this, on top of you paying that. Like you need to cut costs. You need to cut costs. So she was also telling me how to cut costs, and we were blessed enough to go and got a truck.
Yeah.
I had a car, and then I was able to separate the car too and buy a little truck. We got a little baby truck. I was happy, and then I was still renting a U-Haul, but I stopped borrowing a truck because I would borrow a truck to go to work. So everything was borrowed when I first started. Nothing was bought. Everything was borrowed. I didn't have nothing to haul, nothing. I was just going. So I was spending a lot of money, throwing a lot of money just to get somewhere, and so like I said, babying it. Then we were able to buy after the truck, our hauler, a little trailer that we haul our things at. Saved ourselves money there, and after that, I graduated to a Tundra, like the new one that I have. So, you know what I mean? But it's not been a rush thing. It's always been babied. Like we baby it when we do the right things when they need to be done. If they can't be done, then we don't do them. So I don't like to rush through things like that because no, you can't. That's why right now we're trying to find other ways to get into that, establishing more of the business as far as getting credits and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because I didn't rush into that. I was literally babied it because I want to make the right decision and make the right choices of what we're gonna do in the process. Like hopefully the people are watching know that they've asked me for a restaurant. They say, when are you gonna open your spot? I get a lot of questions. When are you gonna open your spot? You guys have a place? You guys have a place? You guys have a place? And no, we don't have a place. We just do the pop-ups. And I personally don't want a food truck. Like, I don't want a food truck. I'm tired of it. I feel like blessing to whoever can handle it, blessing to whoever can do it. It's yes, the overhead, the whatever, cost, doesn't matter, or whatever. But you know what, dude? Like, when owning that I feel like it's just you. It's families. Everybody that works as business is family. Like, there's no outside workers. Nobody sits there and hires to go flip pupusas at a pop-up or tacos or burritos or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's all family.
Yeah.
And to me that kind of sucks because what if two family members? You always have to cater to your family members when you're in business, and in business you can't mix business and pleasure. To be honest with you, you know what I mean. And that's the problem when you have family, business and pleasure. You can't talk to them a certain way. You can't reprimand them a certain way. They sometimes they're entitled to do whatever they want because they're family members, et cetera, et cetera. So it's kind of like, So that's why I want a restaurant. Like I want to do my restaurant, and I feel like I can pull it off, to be honest with you. I'll have that restaurant pack. I take notes on everything. I take notes on restaurants and where I go, people I work with, and et cetera, et cetera. And I think I'm ready for it, to be honest with you. I want to take that challenge, the challenge of opening a restaurant, having the doors open. And why not? Why not be one of those Javiers of the world? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And why not?
Yeah, why not?
I know their story. I know where they came from. I know how they started.
Yeah.
Like I've met them before, so I know exactly how they are.
Yeah,
And I'm
but-
just like, you know what I mean? It's a cool story.
Yeah.
You know, they only look where they're at.
I mean,
Not that I'm trying to put pupusas on the map like that. I was saying, but why not? But hey, at least if I am a small, a small business, I want it to be in that magnitude. You know what I mean? Like, why can't I have a nice restaurant that's small and it's only family owned operator or whatever, and it looks and it tastes good, it looks nice, and it's a good ambiance and environment. Why not? You know, I'm not trying to be a chain or anything like that, but why not do one that knocks it out the park?
well, let's say whatever is that you feel right, like you said, for you, you don't feel right that you're gonna have a food truck for whatever reason.
Yeah,
If
that's
you-
my own
if-
opinions. Yeah, it's for me. Yeah.
No, and like you said, if people.
Oh, I'm not trying to derail anybody from doing that. No, not at all.
No.
Hey,
Yeah,
hell
of
no.
course.
Hey, hell no.
Of course, I mean, it's just not the thing for you,
No, it's not for me.
right? And that just makes all the difference.
I mean, I already told you. See, I was tired of the truck driving business, and I got out of it. I quit, and that's
Yeah.
another one that I want to not quit, but just make it better.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
I'm already at a point where I want to make it better now.
Right.
You know, so that's where I never stay put in one place. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm never content. I always want to keep it growing and keep it more. You know, so
Like I said, if your goals and dreams are, like I said, be the Javier's, or by all means be a franchise, right? Because like Panda Express is family owned, and they have one of the biggest franchises, private franchises out there. I mean, that's inspiration for me. Like
yeah,
that right there, right? And
Yeah.
by all means, if you get to that level or whatever level you want to go, then let it be, right? That's your goal, your plans, and
well, you know what? I'm down to do the whole chain thing. If some of our viewers here are down to clap some pupusas and learn how to make pupusas, and I can hire them, kind of like In-N-Out does it. Hey, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would love that. That'd be a
Yeah.
good idea. That'd be a great idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it could possibly work. It's just, of course, doing the homework for it,
Yeah.
right? Because right now is the whole fast casual, the whole how do you be the Chipotle, how do you be the Blaze Pizza, right? How do you do that kind of thing, right? And in which you can. Don't get me wrong, you
I
can.
feel like you can. You're right. Never thought about that, to be honest with you. Like a chain pupusa spot.
Pero that's the thing. I mean, if it sits well with you, or if it doesn't sit well with you for whatever reason, once you do your homework, then you're gonna find out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Correct.
However it is.
However it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's just what's crazy about it is that our food is very crafty. You know what I mean? It's very not a lot of people can do it. You know what I mean? Because it's to be honest with you.
It has technique to it.
Yeah, it's technique to
That's
it.
the
You know what I
thing.
mean?
You
It's
can't-
just sucks, and it's
yeah.
like these like you just mentioned a panda. Like these noodles probably come in bags, and all they gotta do is throw a little bit of water in and the seasoning, and then they make it in bulk.
Yeah,
You know,
it's-
so that's very cool. Like if I can make things like that in bulk and do a franchise, like you said, there's ways I gotta think about now.
Yeah, yeah.
You got me thinking now, so hey, why not? You know what I mean?
Stimulate the
You get your
mind.
traditional Salvadorian dishes and like to go, and why not? Right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty smart, man.
Look.
Hey, you're gonna be you're gonna be like, hey, that was my idea.
No. My job is to stimulate your mind, right? And for you to go based on that and see whatever works. You get me? But however you can see it work, all right? And like truly, I mean, talk about bullshit, but the biggest Mexican restaurant chain is the fucking Chipotle.
It's crazy, huh? And it's not even Mexican.
Well, technically no, but it's a Mexican grill, right? Because they make fucking burritos and quesadillas.
Yeah.
And tacos.
Cheese and rice in there,
Yeah.
and
But
yeah.
but I mean, look, their food is good. You
Yeah,
get
it's not
me?
too bad, yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's not Mexican good. You get me? It's more Americanized, of course. Everybody knows that, and it's good. It's healthy. It tastes good. But they're fucking doing it. They're killing the game, and
Yeah.
and you can't hate on that.
No. No.
You cannot hate on that, right?
I mean, no,
The
of course
company's
not.
worth billions of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah, look at Chick-fil-A. Look at those lines
Right, for a chicken
for
sandwich,
chicken
right? For
sandwich,
breaded
man. Like, yeah,
chicken, so to
I read
speak.
their story the other day and like how they do their things and why they do their things,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty interesting, you know, and that's why people are there all the time, you know. So, I mean, I'm one of them. I go to Chick-fil-A, so you know, but yeah,
Right.
it's just the focus, you know. I
Yeah.
feel like if once people have focus and they focus on something, they can accomplish anything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Those are great ideas. Like that's probably how they started. You know, that's probably how those people started.
Right.
Started with one thing and then they just grew up from there. And they just grew from there and just grew from there. So it's all dedication and hard work. And you know, I hate sounds cliche, hard work and dedication, but it's the truth, man. Like if you really put
Yeah.
in hard work and a dedication to whatever you want to do, you'll be good at it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah.
Look, those are basic principles. I mean, that are effective. You gotta have dedication. I mean, obviously, without dedication, it's not gonna go far, right?
No,
Without hard work, it's really not gonna get done,
nothing's gonna get done.
right?
You're just passing by. You're just hanging out. Like
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean. There's nothing to it. So it's like, what are we really doing? You're just hanging out.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I call
no,
it, just
no.
hanging out.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
you're not putting no effort into a lot of things, and in the business, there's a lot of things to it. You know, it's numbers. It's all kinds of stuff. You know,
No,
it goes on and on and on. You know.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, look, the hard thing for small businesses, depending how the books look, right? Depending how much revenue, how much
Right.
profit they got, right? Because in obviously in a bigger company where they generate more money and they got killer profits, they got a team for marketing, right? They got a team
Yeah.
for sales.
Yeah.
They got a team for production. They got a team for manufacturing. They got a team for this. They got a team for everything, right? I mean, in a small business, it's mostly.
I'm the whole team.
Yeah, no,
to be
no.
honest with you, because
In most cases, it is. Most cases, it is. I mean, you're not the cook yet.
Not yet, not yet, not yet,
pero,
not yet.
But let's say, right, you put in pretty much 80-85% of everything, right? If you go buy the food, if you pay the expenses, if you collect payments, you do right most of it. Pero it's the bad thing is that you're one person, you're limited. Imagine if you had a marketing team, imagine if you had a sales team, imagine if you had a whole production line, if you had a whole customer service management, right? There's many facets to a business, and that all comes depending on the revenue, right? Or what are you gonna cut, what expenses you're gonna get rid of to make
that happen.
Make that happen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, see, I'm not like, it's cool because I'm not a social media guru like that, you know what I mean? But I guess I cut costs there because I'm my own marketer, so I do everything on my Instagram, the way it looks, or through my Instagram, Las Ploras. It's all me. You know,
And
it's all me.
most
You know,
people handle theirs.
and yeah, and you know, I like to use a little line that says organic followers only, because everybody that follows me has been organic. I really never paid anybody to come and do some foodie stuff for me and videotape me and give me 10,000 followers or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So I've been my own marketer, and like I've learned my own books. I've learned the process of buying things, that was cheaper, what not to buy, what to buy, what's high, what's low, taxes, all kinds of stuff in the business. You know what I mean? I've learned that. So I'm not a big company like that, and that's what a small business is. Something's lack, like you said. Yes, that we don't have those teams that can take your business level to another level. You know, your business to another level.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have that. Yeah, so you got to put a lot of emphasis into it. You know, I work with a lot of partners. I'm sure you know what I do. Everybody knows what I do. I work with a lot of these people, like these places, and you sense that, you can feel it when they don't do the right jobs as far as marketing and promoting. You know what I mean? Because it's a huge part of a nowadays world. I tell everybody that, man. Everybody lives on social media. Your grandmother, your mom, my dad is on the phone 24/7. My grandmother literally is like this all day long.
One way or
and so
another.
that's, so let's be honest. Everybody lives on phones.
Yeah.
Everybody's on their phone. Everybody eats through their phone. Everybody, literally, the people eat through their phone. Like, I'm one of them. Like, oh man, that's good.
Yeah.
I want to go there.
Yep.
If it's not good, I don't go back. You know what I mean? But I ate through my phone already. I went there because it looked good on social media, you know? So some of the people we work with lack those things, and it hurts them as well as it hurt us, because we can literally have the places packed if we put a little bit more dedication into the marketing world, social media marketing or just any kind of marketing. There's a lot of ways of marketing, but that's always been one of my biggest niches, marketing. I love marketing. I love, I'm not a guru, I'm not pro at it or nothing like that, but it's always been like it's needed. It's however you're good at it.
Yeah.
However you're good at it, just be good at it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, for you, is there such a thing as work-life balance? Like, how do you define that? What is work? What is life?
I saw that, and to be honest with you, it's a little hard. It's a little hard. You know what I mean? It's a little hard to balance life, personal life, and business life. To be honest with you, I have a lot of communication with my mother, my grandmother, like constantly calling me, constantly like what's needed. I could be out, I could be doing things, and it's always nonstop. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to dedicate a lot of time to just hang out. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have time to just be with somebody and friends or girlfriends, whatever you want to call it. It's hard for me to sit somewhere and kill 3 hours of watching TV. To be honest with you, I have a lot of things moving around, so it's a little hard. It's a little hard. Some people don't understand that the way I do things. Some people really think that because I sell pupusas at a brewery, like that's all I do. That's all. It doesn't take a lot. He doesn't want to work, or he just does, or not even that. It's just they think it's easy because they don't ask questions. So it's no, it's very hard. It's very hard because some people don't take the time to really kind of understand that. Like they don't ask, like, hey, how do you do that? Hey, oh, you're really busy all the time. They don't, nobody asks. So it's kind of hard to explain yourself sometimes to people because they're in a different mental. They're in different modes. So it's like I feel like it's hard. It's very hard. It's very, very hard. Not overwhelmingly hard, but it's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard. Yeah.
Now, do you have kids? Do you have a wife?
No, I have no kids. I'm actually single. I have no kids. I'm 36 and I have no kids, no girl right now. It's like the same thing. It's hard. It's just my life has been a little crazy. We've kind of touched base a little bit on that. So throughout that whole process, kind of like, it's been rough. It's been rough. So no, just, I don't.
Let me see. 36, no kids. You're not Latino.
I know, right?
What the fuck?
You're expected to have kids when you're right out of high school and shit.
Yeah,
I'm
what
just
the fuck?
kidding.
No,
brother. I mean,
they raised you right.
No, to be honest, my mom was one of them always telling me like, hey, ya quiero un nieto, quiero un nieto, quiero un nieto, quiero un nieto. But I don't know, brother. Like I told you, my life has always been on the go, truck driving, then fast life, I guess, and pues I enjoy the fruits of the labor of life so far. So,
Yeah.
I've never been put in that position where I literally just had a child. You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but life is crazy, man. Life is hard, and it's like you can't just sit there and have kids. I just to have kids. Life is hard. Life is expensive, especially nowadays. So kudos to everybody that has kids and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not opposed to it.
No, you're just not. Maybe.
I guess I just gotta.
I'm just saying because Latinos they get to it
trust me,
real
bro.
quick.
I get hammered a lot by that. I get 36. You have no kids. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. And I'm like, I mean, come on, really? If I had 3 kids, that would be a red flag. I have 2 kids, then that'd be a red flag. Come on, and I'm single, that would be a red flag as well. Why is he single with 2 kids? So it's like you never win.
No,
you know what I mean? But I'd rather.
Dad.
I know, right? I'd rather have no kids and have not be able to,
you can never win. With
you can never win with
Latinos.
nobody, bro.
Fuck no, they talk shit for anything.
Yeah, all the time, brother. They always hammer you for everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, bro.
Okay, so now obviously, I mean, the business is with your family, with your mom, your pops, and your grandma get involved, maybe uncles. Pero of course, it may help. It may help because a business demands a lot of your time, your attention, and of course, I mean, having a family behind that, or kids or wife, it still will add more to that, right?
Correct.
So in that sense, is it helpful for you where you're at right now?
It's beneficial, yeah. For me right now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It benefits me. It benefits my life. Like I said, I'm very entrepreneurial. So anything I can get my hands on, any networks I can get through, like when it comes to business, as far as food wise or anything otherwise, like I'm always open to that. Like I know a lot of people through the networkings and stuff that
Yeah.
I've done. So my own family calls me, hey, do you have a car wash guy? Yeah, I'll hook you up. Hey, do you have so and so? Hey, do you have this? Hey, do you have that? Like I'll point them and direct them the right way, through people that I know. So, yeah, it benefits my life. You know what I mean? It benefits me. Like how I like my life.
Cool.
I don't like to be, like I said, I don't like to be in a bubble, like they say. You know what I mean? I'm always like jumping around and doing
You got your
things. So
lockdown.
yeah, so no, so yeah, for me it benefits my life. Yeah, 100%.
No,
Yeah,
that's 100% fine, right? That's fine.
yeah.
It's just not the typical Latino stuff.
No, of course not. No, you already know it.
But it's all good. It's all good, dog. It's all good.
Yeah, my cousin has two beautiful girls. My other cousin has a boy and a girl. My sister I have a sister. I have two nephews. I have two boys and a girl from my brother. So I'm very surrounded by kids. You know what I mean? But I just don't have mine. I just don't have mine. So yes, I'm not your typical Latino, I guess, right?
Nah, hey, nah, that's good. There's those that are in your footsteps or your shoes, and then there's those that are mine that do have kids,
Yeah.
So my own.
Yeah. I'm sure that if I was to have if for some reason I had a kid, years ago, I think my life would be different. To be honest, I think my life would be different. Yeah, my life would be different, but just the way my life has gone. So I've gone with my life.
Yeah, yeah, different. In what way we never know.
Yeah.
Because it never happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
A good, bad. Who knows? You might be somewhere else. You might be here.
See, I've been blessed. Like I said, I've been blessed. Yeah, I've been blessed. Like I said, I traveled for work. I was blessed with that, and I count it as a blessing because there's a lot of people that will never discover those views, that scenery, those places that I visited. When we're truck driving. So when you travel, I'm gonna tell you something from my experience. I feel like when you travel, when you do things like that, your mind opens up to what's out there.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot out there that we don't know. We live so close-minded where we're at now because our lives are just go, or like, especially California being so expensive, it's always that, bro. And then when you go to these places, like literally, you can sense life slowing down because it's cheaper, because whatever it is, you know what I mean? But it's different. A lot of things to do out there, so I guess that's what helped me out, open my mind. So I guess I've been blessed with that, blessed that I've traveled, done lots of things, experienced life to the fullest, done some crazy shit, lots of crazy shit. And then it's just, you know what I mean? Like I'm very blessed for that. I love my life. Not a lot of people can say that. Not a lot of people can have those memories, those shit that you went through or stuff like that. Some people are more conservative. They like that. No, I've never done that. I would never do that. No, I'm total opposite. We're crazier. Where's it at? Kind of deal. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Nah. It serves you, and that's all that matters. Because you are in control of your life. Right?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now, so you're fairly young, right?
Not really, bro. 36.
Some would say.
Someone habían vivido ya 36 though. To be honest, I'm well lived, bro, at 36. To be honest, I have more tricks up my sleeve and up the books than a normal Joe can have. Trust me.
Nah, you're still young. You're still young.
Thank you, bro.
Still got,
we got some years on us. Yeah,
we got plenty more.
We got plenty more. Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah.
Now, right. So you still got much ahead. Right, that you want to do, right?
God willingly, yes.
That you want to accomplish. But what does it mean to be at your current age, and do this for you and your family?
It means a lot. It means a lot because in these past 2 years, bro, me and my family have gotten closer. So we've gotten really, really close to where, like, before I was always out and about, and so I never really hung out with them a lot. Never really talked to my mom a lot. You know what I mean? And lately, my grandmother, as well as my mom, privately we talk to each other, and before my mom would think I was crazy because of my ideas and my thoughts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like you said, typical Latino. That's not your typical Latino. You live your life by a means, and that's how it is. You go to work, you get a good job, you go to school, you get a good job, and you buy a house, and you become married, and you have kids, and you live your life. And I didn't do that. I haven't done that.
Yeah.
So I talk a lot to my mom now, as well as my grandmother, and we have deep conversations. We have very, very deep, intimate conversations, about my ideas, about how the business is going, about, a lot of things. So I feel like it's been good. It's brought us closer together, to be honest with you, for sure. So I take that for that. My parents are my best friends, to be honest with you. Like, they're the ones that always give me advice, and to be honest with you, their advice kind of fucking worked out. Like, it literally just, the way my life has been, it's like, I told you so. I told you so. And it's wow, like, it's crazy, Not everything, but, yeah, I love my parents, man, for sure. Yeah, for sure. There's some tough ones, There's some real ones for sure, though. Yeah, 100%.
That's good.
Yeah, family. Family's crazy, though, man. I tell you, family is,
You love them, you hate them.
yeah, that's how it is, bro.
No, pero,
It's like,
no, you guys are doing this together as a team.
Yeah, it's I engrave that in their head every day, every time, when times get tough, it's stressful times or whatever. I was telling them, it's a team thing, man. Like, it's a team thing. Just gotta grind it, just got a team thing, grind it, and I guess you can say I'm they're also their cheerleader. You know what I mean? Because I have to push them, as an owner, and not just as an owner, but as a manager, I'm all those things. Like, you got to push your team, and you got to tell them, hey, chill out. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. My mom does it to me when she knows I'm overwhelmed with things, So we kind of bag each other up in those things. You know what I mean? Talk to each other, and everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
We know, nobody sees what goes in the backside of the house, but nobody needs to see that. But it gets pretty crazy in there after everything, But it is what it is.
All right. So,
the bad words come out. The solid bad words come out, bro. You already know how everybody that's watching this, those words come out. That little lady that you guys see baking pupusas and stuff like that, yeah, she got a mouth on her, but you just don't see it. She has a mouth on her. Holy shit. But like I said, I don't see it.
Just don't get on her bad side, though.
I know. Good. Maybe I'm going to start recording her. Maybe posting her up on social media, and I'll saying all that crazy shit so people can laugh about it.
It might be a good thing, but some people will be too afraid to really, get too close.
Yeah, exactly, right? Don't get that lady mad. No, I'm just kidding.
So we're going to start to wrap it up.
All right, cool.
Right. We're going to get into a segment called Main Street Questions.
Okay.
I will ask the same questions to every guest I have.
Yeah.
We'll start off with who do you admire or follow that influences your business mentality?
So who do I admire and who do I follow? Man, that's hard, bro, because there's a lot of influencers out there. There's a lot of stuff going on nowadays that, you can't really pinpoint on, who do I really follow? I don't really follow anybody, to be honest with you. I kind of take more things from what people are doing. You know what I mean? So if anything, I put my own twisted things, so I do my own thing. So I really don't follow anybody like that, to just take ideas from people and see what I can do better, do not, what they're doing wrong, so I cannot do wrong, or just little things like that, So no, I don't really follow anything. I just make sure like we do the right thing as far as me, as far as, whatever I do, So yeah, I guess I admired me. Yeah, I guess I admired me because I put in the work. I continue to put in work. I don't give up, and I there's a meme on Instagram, and it says, when your problems wake you up at 6 a.m. sometimes, I don't know, it's weird. It's a funny one, but dude, I wake up in the morning and it's just like already thinking process, what are we going to do? You get on your phone, I start doing what I have to do for my social media, for my business. So, it's constantly going. So for anything, it's me. So no, I don't really admire anybody. My family, I admire for being troopers, for being tough, and for sticking it out, what they've done and how they had to overcome some things in the past few years. So yeah, my family, they're troopers. They're strong people, and they don't give up. So for me, I guess them. Them. Yeah, my family for sure. Cool. Yeah.
What is one thing you have benefited from social media?
Everything.
Well, at least
Baby,
one. Sure, one.
my expansion of the business.
Mm.
I've used social media to the T to expand my business, and
Okay.
I'm gladly like I've been in Palm Springs, I've been in San Diego, I've been in LA now, all through social media. So I make sure that we put in work and we do the right things that we have to do, build the clientele that we have so far, thankfully. And social media post, whatever I post on their tag, whatever it is, like I've used that to my advantage. I've never been into an interview with these breweries that are in LA or San Diego personally. It's all been through social media, but they see what I've done or what we do, who you work with, the videos, the posts, whatever it is, and they like it. Yeah, come on down. We would love to be here, and it's that's the benefits. It's a free world. It's a free market. I use my social media platform to make money. Instagram doesn't pay me, but I get my business through Instagram. Yeah, all my business is through Instagram. My all orders go through there, and I just kind of I'm still doing it a little old school where like I don't have those that direct push button or my menu on social media that you can sell and buy from my house because I don't have that yet. You know what I mean? We're not. It's been 2 years, 3 years. I should have been having it, but just don't have it. I feel like I want people still to come out. I still want to see people. You know what I mean? How about I still want to see you at the shop and you buy them there when you're there so you can eat them fresh or you take them to home in front of me. How about that? Like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a restaurant yet. So I feel like only restaurants should be able to do that. I'm a mobile pop-up still, so I don't want to incorporate that yet because that means I have to be tied down to my house watching TV waiting for an order to go by. And what if an order doesn't go by? We wasted 7 hours of my day waiting for one order. No, I can't do that. So that's why I don't have any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, however you see it work for you, right?
Yeah.
And of course, if part of the experience for you will be for them to come to you and enjoy them fresh, enjoy them hot, and then let it be, right?
Correct.
You got to stick to that because that's part of the experience.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'd rather than come. That's why we try to make our spots accessible to a lot of people. I operate from Redlands, California to like Yucaipa to like Rancho Cucamonga, Pomona, LA sometimes. So literally I go up and down.
Yeah,
I go up and down every week and and I tried my best to get the best gigs out there and stuff like that. But sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's hard, but because there's a lot of competition out there nowadays. Everybody wants to be a food vendor, everybody sells food, so it's pretty tough trying to get gigs nowadays. But like I said, we try to do our best to be the best so we can get the best. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's why I put in work and I do what we do so we can try to stay at these spots of, we're the best. So, yeah.
Okay. Any books, articles, or quotes that you recently came by you like to share?
Damn, that's a lot.
But one or the other.
I can't even remember, to be honest with you.
I mean, or one quote that you live by, or a book that you say, I always go to this, or anything.
To be honest with you, bro, rest in peace, but Kobe, man. Kobe. Yeah, like Kobe.
You're not the first.
Yeah, Kobe, bro, because a lot of people, I've seen tattoos, I've seen the shirt, mama mentality, but nobody really knows what that means, I feel like. Nobody really lives by that. You know what I mean? That guy was crazy. That guy was nuts. Like, if to me, it was nuts. Some quotes that he said, some conversations he's had on these podcasts and stuff that nobody ever brings out. He was crazy. That guy was crazy, but he was crazy because he wanted to perfect his craft. He wanted to make sure that he was the best at what he did.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Obsession
with himself, being the best, and I guess that's what I like to do. I'm obsessed with trying to be the best, and sometimes I become very heavy, very overwhelming to some people. But like I said, I'm not the only one. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people are successful in business, move, talk, and do the things that I feel like I'm also doing. You know what I mean? So, like I said, Kobe was a maniac, and as far as his dedication to his craft and to his work, and so yeah, so that's my number one guy, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's who I follow a lot as far as that.
Oh, yeah, you may have heard it or maybe not. But the guest that I had here, Danny Fuentes, episode 2 of season 1, he's a big Kobe fan, and he said his favorite quote from him was, hard work talent every time. That was a
This
quote
is true.
that quote that
It's true.
Kobe said.
Because a lot of people can have talent or whatever it is, but that's just talent. But if you don't know how to fail and get back up and keep doing it, then your talent is wasted. No one's gonna want you anyways. You know what I mean? You gotta put in the work. It's constant. It's constant. It's constant. It's constant dealing every day, every day, every day, every day. And I hate repetition. I hate doing the same things all over the time. But there's things that you have to do all the time so you can get better at it. You know what I mean? Not everything, but a lot. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot of Kobe quotes, but I just watch him a lot, and just his mentality, brother, is just for me was just, this is what it is. Inspiration. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a lot of people that started from the bottom that they always come up and stuff like that, like the Logan Pauls and stuff like that. Those guys, they're very trendy now on social media, but those guys had nothing, and they just started doing podcasts and stuff like that. Look where they're at now. So everything's just, I watch a little bit of everybody. I watch a little bit of everybody in the business world, entrepreneurs. Grant Cardone. I watch him here and there sometimes. Just different people. Different people. Yep. You know what I mean? But like I said, Kobe mind process. It's all just dedication and just stay focused and do the right things and do what you got to do to get to that spot. Because nobody tells you can't. You know what I mean? Nobody says you can't. Everything's possible. You just got to figure out how to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. For sure.
Agreed. How would you define wealth?
How would I define wealth?
Yeah.
Oh. Having the ability, brother, right now to have my parents be able to experience and also put in work how we're doing it right now. For me, that's wealth because money comes and goes, to be honest with you. And if I don't have my mom's hands, if I didn't have my grandmother's mind, if I didn't have, their that thrive, that fire that they have inside to like Hispanic thrive, it's like, no, we still got to do it, get up and do it, then, we wouldn't have anything.
Yeah.
So for me, wealth is my family being okay. They went through COVID. They beat COVID, both of them, all three of them actually. My mom was knocked out in the bed for like a whole week. She was really bad. Very thankful she didn't die or anything like that. My father the same, my grandmother the same. My grandmother in December, she just had a heart transplant. She was very sick for over she was in the hospital all December and got out of mid-January. So she was there Christmas and it was pretty bad. It was pretty sad. We always visit her. It hurt us. It hurt us because she was the one to do my books. So we felt back on a lot of things. I felt the pressure sometimes, but I know how to do my books. But so for me, wealth is my family. That they're good. They're good. My family. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What advice would you give a younger you?
La luna no es hecha de queso. To be honest with you, yeah, bro, because time flies and it catches up to you. I thought that life was just easy, hanging out. You get a job and you make money, you pay your car, and you're cool. And it's not that, man. It's a lot. So, yeah, it's my best advice is, in English, the moon's not made out of cheese, basically. You know what I mean? That's the best advice. You really gotta. But at your 20s, bro, really, who really is thinking like that nowadays? People like I don't know what it is.
No, but some are. That's the thing. Some are.
Some are, yes. Some are. Some are correct. Some are, yes. Some are, yes. 100%. So yeah, that's the best advice I would give myself. Like I guess, it's nothing. La luna no es hecha de queso. Because the way my life has turned out, I thought it was, and it slapped me in the face, and life has given me a double second chance. So that's why I feel like that's the advice I give myself. You know what I mean? Because I didn't think about that when I was younger. I thought nothing would ever happen to me. Nothing would ever really take a turn for the worse or whatever. I always thought nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna keep bailing out for whatever. No, I have my mom and my dad. They'll bail me out if something happens. It's okay. I know it's not like that, brother. Life is crazy, and life hands you cards that sometimes you can't even deal with, bro. You're like, slaps you in the face. So, yeah, the best advice for me. For sure.
Um, which do you choose, coffee or tequila?
Just tequila, bro. I don't like coffee. So my hyperness and my get to go comes from my inner me. I don't drink no coffee. I hate coffee. I don't go to coffee shops. I don't do any of the coffee. If anything,
Really?
bro, I smoke weed.
Mm.
I smoke weed. I smoke weed for the gym. That's my get to go. That's my goal. Like, I don't smell like weed all the time because I'm not puffing it like that. But I do smoke weed, so I don't do coffee. Tequila, yeah. I'll do a tequila shot.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what do you do for caffeine or anything like that?
Nothing, brother. I have my inner me. It just keeps going. I just go.
Nice.
Yeah, I just go. I just go.
Good,
I
man.
don't drink
Energy
no
drinks?
energy drinks to the gym. I don't do
No.
that creatine stuff. If people are drinking at the gym, no,
Yeah.
that's me going to the gym, just normal, like my own stuff. Yeah,
Good shit.
yeah. Like I said, I smoke weed even before I go to the gym sometimes.
That's good, man.
But yeah, I don't do no energy drinks or coffee or anything like that. It's not my thing. I don't like it.
If you could tell the people, where can they reach you at now?
So you guys can reach me. It's all through social media. I do everything on social media. Las Ploras. Everything's on there. My phone number's on there. I post every week. I post where we're gonna be at, breweries, locations. I tag the breweries every week. So if you guys don't know where they're at, you guys can give them also a follow. So I'm basically giving them a way to so you guys can follow them as well. So social media. Social media. That's all I do. Social media. I have my number there, my Instagram, my email, whatever you guys do. We do caterings, we do private events, we do whatever you guys want. Whatever you guys want, we do. So
What's your Instagram?
Las Ploras. At Las Ploras. LASPLORAS. At Las Ploras.
Las Ploras.
And you didn't ask me where the Ploras name came from. Forgot that.
I was trying to get to. I was trying to do it in the beginning, but in the beginning we started catching on pretty good. But what does it stand for?
Look, man, like Las Ploras, it's a slang name, a slang word that my dad used to use in El Salvador. So Ploras can mean a lot of different things. Can mean pupusa. So a Ploras a pupusa. But it's, it's not.
It has many uses.
It's many uses, correct. It can be vulgar and it can be that. If you know where I'm going with the pupusas and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying. So my dad had his lingo with his friends back in El Salvador, and he kept it around for a while.
Yeah.
Because he would tell my mom, "Dame una plora," before we had the business. So, but we all knew what a plora kind of really meant, in a way, sort of, But it doesn't mean that. We already knew the double meaning of it. So, I didn't want to put a name on my business that sounds basic that everybody had. Like I've always said, what's gonna make you better? So off the bat, you're already talking about my name. I have people that came up to my business and said, I've been on Google for 30 minutes and I don't know what your business name means.
Yeah.
What does Las Ploras mean? And I laugh and I'm like, you're not gonna find it because it's not, it's not in a dictionary. It's a word that means a little different things, whatever. But yeah, so I decided to put the name on it. And my mom, even my dad fought me. They're like, nope. And my aunt at the time was kind of in the business, so my mom wanted to name it Las Sisters, Las Hermanas. They wanted to do some weird name like that, I just thought that was boring. I didn't want none of that stuff, I wanted to just keep it entertaining and keep it just fun, you know what I mean? And some people have fun with my name. I've been to places. I've been to Dodger Stadium, Las Ploras, and they'll call me by Las Ploras. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy. Like a Salvadoran Heritage event that was held at Dodger Stadium last year. I'm gonna go there again this year, and went last year, and that's how Las Ploras. I'm just like, oh shit. So it's stuck, But that's what it means. It's a slang word that my dad used to use back in the day. Yeah, for sure. So it became fun, and I stuck with it, and I said, nope, I'm not changing it. I was very determined on the name, and yeah, se quedó. Se quedó, yeah. And then my friend just added that cuando una no es suficiente, because some people buy one and then they'll like it and they'll come back and buy another one. Yeah. So he came up with the slogan. Yeah, we worked at it. We worked at the name and the branding of it. So yeah, I worked at it. Yeah, I didn't want nothing boring. I wanted something that's gonna catch somebody's eyes. Like, what is that? You know what I mean? So I try to maintain that. So yeah, for sure.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, Sandor, I appreciate your time, man. All right, guys, you guys ready here? Sandor Contreras.
Las Ploras. You know
it. Small guy.
Right.
See you guys.
All right, bro. Thank you, guys.